I'm in dance tech this week, so this is like absolutely not the time I should be making this video. Hello friends, pardon the appearance, it's been a really long day. I keep pushing it off because I've been trying to find the right words and I can't. So we're going to just make this video and kind of word vomit and hope the right things comes out. But as you can see from the title of this video, it kind of got me thinking because my school is having a performing arts open house and we're talking about like the music department here, and I'm also president of the music education club on my campus, so I've really been thinking a lot about, what it means to be a teacher. In the music ed class, like specifically teaching music class I'm taking this semester, I'm like, I hate this, I don't want to be a teacher. But then I go into my other, it's every arts education major has to take it at my school, and I'm in that class and I feel so at home and I'm like, oh my gosh, like where's my Pinterest? I need to make a board for like lesson plans and all this stuff, and it's like, it makes me excited to be a teacher. Cause like I have this life plan and I kind of want to talk about why I'm a music education major, because I'm not a music education major to be a teacher, which might sound weird, but let me explain. I would love to be a teacher, like I just said. Would love to be able to share a passion for music, which is why I kind of don't want to teach elementary schoolers, because I feel like they're not as passionate and it's harder to reach them. And also something I've discovered this semester that I've been talking with my therapist about is that because how traumatizing elementary school was for me with how much I was bullied and all that stuff, learning, not just like learning how to teach that grade, but my professor teaches us as though we are the 6-year-olds learning for the first time. But the thing with that is that it's putting me back in that place, putting me back in my elementary school classroom, and I don't know if I could emotionally handle teaching kids like that. Seeing the child that was in my position and not being affected by it, and then thus it affecting my work. I would love to teach in a high school if I were to be in a school. I'd rather be a private voice teacher, and I tell this to people and they're like, well, you don't need an education degree to do that. But first off, if I'm going to be doing that as a trade while going on auditions and stuff, fresh out of college, not really having experience, but saying, hey, I have a degree in education gives me a one-up over, say, another 22-year-old who's like, I have my degree in musical theater and I'm going to teach voice lessons while I'm going on auditions. For me, I want to be in music education because if I was a musical theater major, it's very, especially at my school, it's very performance-based, and I feel like, especially because of my audition anxiety, which I would like to separate from performance anxiety, but for the most part, it's Jillian, not the character. And so for me, when I'm auditioning, it's hard for me to be in character and not be Jillian, and that's why I know, because of my issues with that, I wouldn't really get the opportunity to perform as much as I would like to, whereas with music education, it's very ear training, theory-based. I'm learning how to play piano, and that, as, like, everyone learns differently, and for me, that is the method that helped me. I had a very severe pitch issue when I came here. I still don't have the best pitch, but ear training helped that out a whole lot, and I had to take 4 semesters of it. Musical theater majors here only take 2. Relax, friends. Yeah, so that's like my little spiel there. So I also feel like when you have a degree in music education, you know how to teach, but my college voice teacher has helped me out so much, but he has his degree in music performance on piano, whereas my high school voice teacher had her undergrad in voice and opera and her master's in music education. And it's different because it's, with my voice teacher here, it's a lot of try this, oh, it's not working, we'll keep trying harder. Whereas in high school, if something didn't work, she'd give me something different because she understood me as a student. And she said, when, there are some students who are like, they just need to keep trying and trying until they get it. I'm not one of those students. If something's not working for me, I get frustrated and I get anxious, and when I get anxious, my throat closes and I can't, and my breath support goes out the window, I can't think, my mind starts racing. I'm not going to benefit from that. And I've tried explaining that to him before, and he's getting a little bit more lenient, and things are starting to click better for me. Like, when he says something, I know he means something else, but so like, we're getting used to each other's teaching styles, but like, the thing is, as an education, like with a degree in education, you are taught how to teach students how to work with students, how to get to know and understand your students. And that's what I would love. I love one-on-one work. I love being able to work very individually, evaluate every person differently, and really see how, you know, be in a situation where the type of leader I am is one who takes charge but is not in charge. So it gets frustrating when I don't have control. That's why I like being a private teacher, because you can make suggestions. Like, the student basically, obviously you don't have to listen to everything that your teacher tells you. If something's not working or like whatever, you can ignore their suggestion. But the idea that like the student is coming to you for help, you can tell them what to do. You can suggest a song. They might not like the song, but like you can be the one to make that decision. But then that's the thing, is that the student, then you're not in a position where you're directing a chorus in high school and you say this is the song that we're singing and half the chorus hates it, but you're just like, well, I picked this arrangement and I bought your sheet music and so we have to sing it. Like with a private student, you can really work with each other and say like, okay, why don't you like this song? Is it just like stylistically you don't like it? Is it an uncomfortable part of your voice? Okay, why is it uncomfortable? Is it too high for you, too low for you, or is it just you need to strengthen your middle voice, for example? At the core of it, it has helped, like I said, this degree track has helped me as a performer, and I think that these moments of I don't want to be a teacher are actually really good for me, because I have a lot of like, with all my motivation issues and stuff like that, I have a lot of trouble imagining myself being in the real world and setting up auditions and going on auditions and all that stuff, and knowing that through all of this, I just keep going back, like, I want to be a performer. Like, why am I doing this? I want to be a performer is good for me, I feel like, because it makes me believe that I won't be struggling as much with finding that motivation when I actually have to go on auditions and stuff like that. It's just like, but like that's the thing, I feel like you have to audition for a music education program, and they're probably not as strict in terms of casting, selection, whatever you want to call it, as with, for example, performance-based majors, but you have to be a performer, because if someone like isn't good on an instrument, you don't want them teaching someone else, because then they might be teaching wrong. That's what I feel like people don't realize, is that music educators are performers first. We were performers who decided we wanted to share our love of music with future generations. And so it's like, I feel very disregarded as a performer. I feel like people say, well, you're a music education major. What do you mean you want to be a performer? Like, I am a performer. That's why I'm here. But I mean, like, I'm getting back into dance. I'm literally gonna cry. I've long since accepted that my place in the theater world is as a featured dancer. You know, there are plenty of ensemble roles that I would love to play. It's like, being a dancer, I know I have to be a strong singer, because you have to be a triple threat, but it makes it easier for me to work on music, because it's not like, oh, if you can't sing, then you can't do this. I can sing, I'm just not the best singer, and that's why this track is helping me, because by learning how to teach other people, it teaches you more about your own voice and is helping me grow. It makes me just feel better. I don't know, it's just something I'm really emotional about, because I feel like, you know, I tell people I'm a music education major, and they say, so you want to be a teacher? And I feel weird saying no, because when I say no, they say, then why are you a music education major? And it's because everyone learns differently, and this is the track that's most beneficial for me. In my opinion, this is how I feel like I've learned the best. That I don't think I would have grown as much as I have if I was a musical theater major, and I know there's still a lot of stuff that I have to work on, and I'm working on it, but I understand myself as a performer better because of the track that I chose, and I don't think I made the wrong decision. It's something that I am passionate about, and I think it's hard to explain that to people. It's weird for someone like me, like for people to hear someone like me who intentionally chose a degree knowing that that's not the path I wanted to pursue. And I guess that's why I'm making this video, to kind of explain to you, especially for people. I hope that this video reaches people who are looking into applying to colleges and maybe don't feel like they're good enough to get into musical theater programs, because that's where I was, is that my voice teacher was kind of like, I'm going to be honest with you, where you are, you're not going to be able to get into a musical theater program. And that makes sense, because I was I didn't have a strong middle voice. One of my go-to audition songs is literally from an operetta. Like, that's considered, like, musical theater for me. Because even the contemporary songs in my rap, like Phantom and The Secret Garden, like, they're legit soprano roles. I just want people to know that there's a different track for everyone, and I'm not saying that if you want to be a performer, you should be a music education major if you're not good enough to do musical theater right now. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that when you're applying to college and just, like, looking at your life, just remember that everyone learns differently. Everyone learns at a different pace. And you just gotta try it, and you have to trust that you know what's best for you. And that's the decision that I made. Does that make sense? I don't think it does. But I just talked to a camera for 20 minutes, and my neighbors probably think I'm insane. But it's fine. Because I care, and I'm a teacher. I'm an education major, and I want to share my passion with other people to teach them to not make the mistakes I did and not let things get to you. It's like, don't say you can't. I'm just telling you things that my therapist always tells me. Take the advice that I can't personally follow, that you are good enough if you try. Obviously, especially theater is a very risky business, but a really quick side note, I hate when I tell people I want to be on Broadway and they say, but, like, that's probably never gonna happen. You're my friend, you're supposed to be encouraging. I understand it's a risky business that I'm going into. Don't ever tell someone that they can't follow their dreams. Especially theater, I feel like we know that what we're doing is hard. We know that there's a high likelihood that we'll never actually be a lead in a Broadway show. That doesn't mean we can't try, and you make us not want to try by telling us that we'll never be good enough. Emotions, ranting at 7 o'clock. I have dance tech in 3 hours, and I'm so tired. So thanks for putting up with my annoying voice for however long this video ends up turning out to be. I've been filming for over 23 minutes. I need to get back to reading Rebecca.